I want to thank you for joining me today. And before we get started, as always, all messages that are released on this channel are my truth. And that is exactly what it is and what it always will be. And that is my truth. Now, my truth consists of a bunch of experiences that I gained clarity from, which ultimately took me back to the real me, which is truth. Now, when I try to convince you that my truth is the gospel, however, my truth is the gospel for me. That does not make it the gospel for you, nor will I ever try to make it the gospel for you. By me being on this platform, I am simply placing breadcrumbs on a path that I've already walked. Now, you find yourself on a similar path and you resonate with said breadcrumbs and you say, you know what, I like that. I want to follow that. And that's cool. If not, that is cool as well. My purpose is to assist those who are ready to get out of their own way. So let's get right into it. All right, so I just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about the human spiritual experience. And we've already established that one of the words for spirit is energy. So everything is energy, right? So you come here. Let's do this on the screen. So you come here, right? So you come here, you process from heaven, whatever higher dimension, whatever you want to call it, right? So let's say you walk through your metal detector. Now this is a special metal detector. So as soon as you walk through, it's going to strip you of all your memories that you have of being spirit, right? So you can have the ultimate human experience of remembering that you are spirit. So you come through, you strip all your memories, and boom, you get into this little baby, right? So now what happens with us is we get programmed in the spiritual experience. So now you have your mom telling you things, your friends, your school, the government, religion, the list goes on and on and on and on. And you collect all of these different things that you believe are truth. When in reality, God is the only truth. So when you're tapping into your true divine nature, that is when you are in connection with truth. So as we go through this human experience, we collect things. So now, because you've been programmed, you've created this ego, this alternate version of yourself, this character of who you believe you are. When in reality, your ego is nothing more than a bunch of accumulated thoughts that you've agreed to. And in order for you to basically dissolve that ego, you need to dissolve all those beliefs that you've agreed to at once. Now, there's also a book out there, I believe it's The Body Keeps Score, if I'm not mistaken. But everything that we go through, all these different traumas, they get trapped in our body. And when you're on the healing journey, I noticed when I started meditating and when I got into the habit of meditating, I was able to focus and go within and get deep into meditation. I could feel certain things inside of my body that should not have been there. Different energies, I will say. So I'm at one vibration, but I would feel this heaviness, darkness inside of me, right? When I'm in meditation, I'm like, that don't feel right. And as I got closer to it, it would move. So that's how I knew it did not belong there. So there are different things that attach to us and things we hold on to. Your objective is to clear all of these things out before returning home. When you're trying to go back to the Father, He don't want any of this junk on you. It's like this. Let's say I have on all white and you just rolled around in the mud. Okay? And this is what this earthly experience is like. Rolling around in the mud, right? Because this is a dirty experience. So you come down here, you roll around in the mud, right? Now you're trying to go back to the Father. And you're happy to see the Father. Father's happy to see you. You got your arms all out. Hey, give me a hug, Father. I was like, I don't want that shit on me. But I'm gonna need you to go shower and get that stuff up off you before you want to come and give me a hug. Why? Because the Father's wearing all white. Why would the Father want to get his all white, nice garments covered in mud? Would you? If your child was just outside playing and they come in the house all stinking and got mud all over them and you have on a nice brand new white outfit, are you going to give me a hug? No, you're going to say, hey, go clean up and give me a hug. You're not going to give that child a hug covered all in mud. You're going to say, hey, go take a shower, go get cleaned up, come in and give me a nice hug. It's the same thing with us. You come down here, you get dirty. And when I say dirty, I'm talking about you're attaching to things that are not you. You are everything, and everything is you. You're everything and nothing at the same time. So if you're everything, you don't need to claim something. Because as soon as you claim something, that's what you are. You're no longer everything because you just claimed something. So when you're trying to go back and you go through that metal detector again, it's going to ring. It's going to be like, nah, partner, you holding on to all kinds of stuff. You holding on to fear. You haven't dissolved that ego. You still attached to this woman. You attached to drinking. You attached to watching TV shows. You still attached to what happened to you back when you was in the 12th grade. You still want this person to validate you. You got all these different things, all this dirt on you. So in order for you to walk back through that metal detector successfully, you need to release all of that. Ephesians 4:31-32. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, brawling, slander, among with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. And that's the biggest thing. We're holding on to things and different attachments, and oh, this person pissed me off. Oh, I got to get my get back. Oh, this is my ops. Oh, this is blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada. Oh, you holding on to all these different things, and the only person it's affecting is you. You might not see what's going on the inside because you can't see the spirit. But I promise you, it's affecting only you because this is your experience. So why not take your experience to the highest level possible? 2 Corinthians 5:17. If anyone in Christ is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. That is what you want. You want to surrender to the divine. And as you're surrendering to the divine, you're giving the divine all of your problems, all of your issues. Father, this is too much for me. Take this away from me. Show me the way. Show me, how do I heal this wound? Ask. These are all the things you need to be asking. And once you ask, it'll be done. Psalms 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. As I said, ask and you shall receive. When I was going through all these different things at my lowest point when I retired, I asked and I received. Now, this is the thing. When we ask for these things, you need to have that open mind and see the response when it comes to you. Don't expect a certain response, or don't expect it to come from a certain person, a certain type of person. That's how I'll know. You're deciding that. It reminds me of a joke. And so it was a what was it? Like we're going to just say a hurricane, right? Hurricane was coming. This guy saw it on the news, right? He saw this hurricane coming. He saw it on the news and he was proud of his house. He loved his house. And he's like, man, I'm not leaving this house. God gave me this house. And if God want me to leave this house, God's going to tell me to leave this house. Right? So he stayed. Then he got another news broadcast. Say, hey, this thing is coming. It's close. If you're going to leave, you have to leave now. This is, if you're in this area, which he was, it is going to get hit hard. You need to leave. Everybody's evacuating. He's watching all his neighbors pack up their stuff. They're leaving. He stays. Neighbors like, hey, you're not coming with us, man? The storm is coming. He's like, no, if God wanted me to leave, he'd have told me to leave, right? So he didn't leave. Boom. First wave comes through. Boom. Now it's flooded. The whole street, everything's flooded, right? So now this man's on top of his house, right? Because the flood waters have just risen way too high. And people come by on a boat. Hey, you want to get on the boat, man? It's like your house is going to be taken over by these waters. You know, come on over here to safety. And he was like, no, you know what? If God wanted me to leave my house, he'd tell me to leave my house. So he turned them down and they left. Then water kept rising. Now the water's all the way up to his roof. And he's just sitting on there. Then a helicopter comes. They drop the line, try to tell him, hey, get on, let's go. We're here to rescue you. He's like, no, if God wanted me to leave this house, he'd tell me to leave this house. So he sent them on his way. Then the storm just continued to go. Boom. It washed away his house. He drowns. He dies. He goes up to heaven. And he says, God, I waited on you. How could you let my house get taken away and me die? Why didn't you help me? And he said, I sent you a news broadcast. I sent your neighbors to go get you. I sent the guy in the boat to come get you. I even sent the helicopter for you. So the point is, you can be, oh, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And when this happens, blah, 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 I fell into that trap as well. You're expecting something to go according to how you want it to go. There's your plan and there's a divine plan. This is why it's always good to stay in flow, because you're going where that current takes you. So I said all that to say this. Release everything that does not serve you. Release everything that is not truth. And whatever predicament, situation, problem, whatever you want to call it that you have right now, give it to the divine. And once you do that, you feel that energy lift up off of you and you're able to increase in vibration. What you're going to notice is you're going to have higher thoughts, better thoughts. And that's when you start healing. Romans 12:2, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We're not meant to stay the same. You come here to evolve and grow. Heal whatever wounds that you haven't in whatever previous timeline or lifetime so that you can advance on your spiritual journey. And once you've cleared all those different wounds and so on, then you will be given access to go back to the Father. So don't be like the first slide, or should I say the slide on the left? Because what you want is to be cleared of all trauma. And the way to do that is by letting go. Stop holding on to these different things, all these different grudges. Because at the end of the day, the only person it is going to affect is you. Now you can say, oh, I'll never forgive this person. They blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Oh, well, okay. You can do that, but you're holding on to that. That means you're holding on to some type of anger, some type of malice, some type of something. And as long as you hold on to that, you're never going to get back to the Father. because he does not want a muddy hug. Do you? I'm going to leave it there. And as always, if you got anything out of this message that you'd like to subscribe, I will definitely check you in the next one.